gonna get ya!
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at the 10 toughest Marvel games to play, whether it's because of technical instability, high demand from the player, or unfair balancing.
Tornado claw. Real claw.
Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Between all of Insomniac's Spider-Man games, Spider-Man 2 is undoubtedly the toughest of them, just because of how much combat demands from the player. Unlike the first game from 2018, gadgets are no longer based on ammunition and are instead restricted to cooldowns. Really long cooldowns. On top of that, in normal combat, the window to parry can sometimes feel a bit stingy, especially when fighting the symbiotes. Don't get us wrong, Spider-Man 2 is a great game, but it can get unnecessarily difficult at times. We came to be Spider-Man, not play Dark Souls. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Now, Marvel Ultimate Alliance isn't a super rough game to play, at least in the first third of the campaign. However, the difficulty is all going to depend on which version of the game you're playing. What most folks don't know is that the first prints of the game were pretty broken as you got deeper into the game. These first prints featured glitches where certain characters would not unlock, even if you did meet their conditions, bosses were significantly harder to beat, and other severe problems that could compromise your playthrough. That said, if you didn't have any problems yourself, you most likely picked up a different print. Marvel Superheroes. Look, Marvel Superheroes is an incredible fighting game. Any fighting game fan ought to play it not just for the knowledge of gaming history, but also the unique playstyles of each character. While you're studying each character, you will find that Marvel Superheroes isn't exactly well balanced. Out of the 13 characters, Doctor Doom and Thanos are the two regarded as the most oppressive on account of their zoning abilities and potential to inflict insane damage at close range. In other words, does not matter where on the stage you are at. Far, mid, or close to your opponent, you're gonna have a rough time going against these guys. Spidey, Wolverine, and Iron Man can be just as grueling to face as well. Deadpool! In all fairness, Deadpool gives the player many ways to dispose of enemies. Katanas, pistols, shotguns, hammers, sai, plasma rifles, grenades, cartoonishly huge bear traps. It's all what you would expect from the merc with a mouth. However, if you choose to play on ultra-violence difficulty, you're in for a rough ride. Enemies hit harder, weapons do less damage, and you'll want to use momentum attacks a lot more often than the lower difficulties would require you to. Needless to say, you'll have to prioritize which enemies to take out first, which might be easier said than done once Mr. Sinister's more elite forces start appearing. X-Men, Children of the Atom.
Real claw. Tornado claw.
Though it's only older than Marvel superheroes by a little under a year, Children of the Atom might be a lot harder to tolerate with its unbalanced gameplay. Hey, what else would you expect from an arcade fighting game from the 90s? Colossus, Wolverine, Sentinel, and Omega Red can make quick work of your health bar with their absurd rushdown and range. But if you're up for the challenge, you could try to face off against the secret fighter, Street Fighter's own raging demon, Akuma. Akuma is the most busted character in the game, with his ridiculous speed and obscene amount of block-stunning attacks. Yeah, this might be the toughest game of the Capcom-developed Marvel games.
You win.
Marvel's Midnight Suns. It's a real shame that so many people dismissed Midnight Suns purely because of it being a card game. Between the combat mechanics, heroism, and how you spend time with your fellow heroes outside of battle, there are a lot of neat ideas that work very well together. That isn't to say this game is easy, though. You can only play 3 cards per turn, and if executed in a particular order, you can find ways to wipe out at least half of the enemy force in a single turn. A lot easier said than done though, especially if you go through all of your discards and still can't get the cards you want. Trust us, the challenge makes the victories feel all the more rewarding. Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro.
He's all mine.
Enter Electro was already facing some problems that were featured in the first Spider-Man game for PS1. The thing is that the clunky crawling mechanics will be the least of your concerns once you encounter Shocker and Lizard, both of which are considered to be the worst designed boss fights of any Spidey game. Some will dismiss people's troubles with, just get good, bruh. But when so many people consistently have trouble against the same 2 bosses, getting good isn't going to magically solve the real problem at hand here. Let's be real. The Uncanny X-Men. Obviously, any self-respecting game starring the X-Men would give players the ability to play as each mutant, and the least that LJN and its external developer did was give every mutant an ability appropriate to the source material. Unfortunately, you will find that most of these powers are totally useless. Storm's flight just lets her ignore pits, Nightcrawler can walk through walls, and Colossus can't jump. Plus, using your character's special move can actually kill them if you use it way too much. Amazing. Simply amazing. Venom/Spider-Man, Separation Anxiety. Hard, or just plain unfair? We're more than willing to believe the latter, as Separation Anxiety is the hardest Spider-Man game we have ever played. It's bad enough that both Spidey and Venom have such lackluster movesets, so neither of them feel particularly good to play with. What makes the whole game worse is how utterly nonsensical and inconsistent the hitboxes are. Enemies seem to land hits all the way from Mars, while Pete and Eddie have to invade their personal space just to land a poke. Really, the whole, I grew up with this, therefore it's good argument holds no weight here when the game is this ridiculously aggressive towards the player. And finally, Silver Surfer. Honestly, there may never be another superhero game that will ever be as tormentingly difficult as Silver Surfer for the NES. While every other game has been difficult because of broken hitboxes, busted gameplay, and even some glitching, Silver Surfer feels like it is just out to get you. Everything in this game can insta-kill you without any warning. Any projectile, any obstacle, even objects that seem like they are a part of the background can and will kill you in a single hit. It makes us curious as to who greenlit this game and thought, yeah, this is totally fine to ship. What's the hardest Marvel game you've played? Did it make our list? Let us know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays for more great videos every day.
Dying time is here, Spider-Man!